Rebecca Walser, also found on CNBC, Fox Business, and other places commenting on these issues. Good to see you. We appreciate it. Is there any good news in this report?
Oh, Leland, I wish. I mean, no, we were expecting a much bigger number, and it was actually quite a shocking, disappointing number. And if you actually pick apart the numbers, there's some really alarming trends. 144,000 local and county school board people lost jobs, which is extremely odd for September. It makes no sense at all. 38,000 healthcare workers and residential homes lost jobs in September, which makes no sense. Are there less people in these homes? Why are we losing 40,000 workers in one particular industry? 26,000 women lost jobs. So there's no silver lining. I don't care how you want to couch it. It is a disappointing number, absolutely.
It seems as though the American people may or may not understand the jobs numbers. I have a degree in economics, and sometimes they confuse me. But by the time you look at how the American people view it, this is the president on the economy. 55% disapprove of the president's handling of the economy, 39% approve. On competence, 55% no, 42% yes. Really, it seems as though Americans don't need to be told the job numbers. They're feeling it themselves. Is this because of inflation or because they can't find a job?
You know, it would be shocking if they couldn't find a job, Leland, because we have like between 10 and 11 million openings for jobs. We have jobs that are going outrageously crazy labor rates because there's nobody taking jobs. We really did expect to see a tick up because obviously the $300 bump up at the federal level ended on Labor Day at the beginning of September, and yet we didn't see it. So did these people save up so much stimulus that they just could go for a few more months and not go out and get a job? You know, this is kind of what happens as you shift as a society away from having people go out and contributing to GDP by earning and paying taxes, and instead sitting at home and having a stimulus check and making enough to just watch Netflix. We have to have a GDP producing society, or we will not have the taxes to pay these people to do nothing.
Well said. So if wages are up, as the president talked about, he was excited about that. And he was also excited about the fact that unemployment is down. What is it in the American consumer sentiment that's picking up 55% disapprove of how he's handling the economy?
Well,
where's that number from?
It's just very clear, Leland, and you went through it with your intro here. You've got shrinkflation. You know, you're not getting the same amount of Doritos in the bag that you were getting, but you're paying the same price, and the bag is the same size, but the contents are less. You have such deception going on right now, and saying that this inflation is transitory, when we know very well that when you pump $8 trillion into an economy and you see a 30% rise in the S&P off of your high, we know very well that the market is overbought and we have inflation. And we know there are problems, and people are feeling it when they go to the gas station. They're feeling it when they buy milk and bread. And that is every single day people feeling this. So people cannot be fooled by unemployment's down. Much to what we were saying before, it's the labor participation rate. People are stopping and they're just giving up and saying, right, I don't need to have a job. So that's very deceptive in and of itself. I can sit here and two economists can rewrite the same paragraph. One can say it's a great economy, one can say it's bad. But at the end of the day, look at the economic fundamentals. Are they there to support the market? Are they there? They're not there.
Just look at how people feel. And there's more money to come. We're going to debate how the president wants to spend another few $1 trillion here a little later in the show and discuss that. Rebecca, thanks. Great to see you. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too.
All right. There's a lot more to this story than just product.